Hey, welcome back. So I'm here to answer this question of, can I be a real estate investor as a career? And here's the thing, and this might be kind of weird, but I'm gonna be real with you. A real estate investor is like, people make it into a career, but as far as like a job title, it really shouldn't be a career. And here's what I mean by that. A real estate investor is like a gamut phrase. Like, it could literally mean almost anything. Like, literally mean almost anything. And I guess my hesitation with this, like when you guys ask me this question, is like, a investor is a career. Like I would see that as like a job title. Like I'm an investor. A real estate investor as a career, you better off to say you're a investor, right? And you prefer real estate, or you prefer alternative investments. Because the truth is, when you're starting off, you might think that real estate investing is like this very small, narrow, cookie cutter, direct, zoned in, laser focused track or niche. But the truth is, within real estate investing, if you're actually someone who's actually doing deals, what you're going to find out is that there are so many facets of real estate investing, and then that so many of those facets will bleed over into other facets of just business in general. And I'll give you an example. When someone says, yeah, as my career, I'm a real estate investor, it's like, okay, in what facet? Like, are you investing in mortgage notes? Right? Are you investing in land contracts? Are you assigning contracts as in wholesaling? Are you fix and flip? Are you buying whole? Are you vacation rentals? Like, what do you mean when you say, I'm just a real estate investor, right? Because if you think about it, it could literally be all of those things. Like, you could literally be doing all of those things, and you would still be under a real estate investor. And then, right, as you're doing that, if you get into, like, oh my gosh, all right, quick story. I remember buying a duplex, and the guy that we had bought this duplex from owned like 2,000 properties within the county, okay? And he was liquidating like all of his assets. And he had told me that he wanted to get out of the real estate business and get into the debt collection business, which, by the way, like within my state, you don't need a license to become a debt collector. And he had gotten so good with becoming a debt collector because out of all the 2,000 properties that he had, he and his family would self-manage all these units, and periodically when he would actually have to evict people, he would have to do the extra legwork to collect money by becoming a debt collector, right? And this is an example that I mean by saying one facet of real estate in general will bleed over into other facets. Like, I know other people that, like, as an actual example, I know someone who primarily likes to do deals that are just lease options, right, or land contracts. And as they started doing those, they were initially doing that because they weren't really good with getting the seller to take low prices. That's what really happened. And because this guy wasn't good at getting the seller to take low prices, he wasn't good at negotiating the seller to take the lease a little price, right? He would end up often settling with the seller at a higher price. And so what ended up happening is that he would have to try to find a way to get out of that deal by selling that contract to somebody else. And what he ended up doing was doing lease options as a way to get out of the deal. Now, in the process of doing that, he became good at marketing to actually get rid of those lease option deals. And by networking, he would network with mortgage loan officers to find people who at one point were qualified but were turned down for a mortgage, but they still had down payment money. And he eventually fell into becoming a commercial loan broker, right? He still has his other real estate deals, he still has other real estate holdings, but that part of real estate ended up bleeding over into another facet of business, right? So what I want to answer for you guys is, don't be so narrow into what you think real estate investing is or what you think it should look like. You're better off saying, if you're putting this on like LinkedIn or something, right? You're better off saying, I'm an investor that specializes in real estate, or I'm an investor that specializes in alternative investing, or I'm an investor that specializes in alternative investments, right? Because saying that you only do real estate investing, to be honest, just about everyone does real estate investing, whether you know it or not. Here's what I mean by that. Like your doctor, your physician, who you go to see for checkups, I'm pretty sure that person probably owns a few rental properties. So they're a real estate investor. But the question that I have for you is, does that physician, does that doctor have on their name badge underneath Dr. So-and-so, does it also say real estate investor? Probably not, right? There are tons of people that own businesses, and as a way to lower their taxes, they buy rental properties, 1 or 2 per year, as a way to lower their taxes. But you don't hear them walking around saying, I'm a real estate investor, okay? So you don't have to do that. You just don't have to do that. Because real estate is going to bleed into other facets of things. It always does. That's just how it is. It bleeds into other facets of life and of business. And so to say that, hey, I want to be a real estate investor as a career, you're not going to find too many jobs that have as a job title real estate investor. You're just not. Now, you can become a developer, but you'll still be a real estate investor. You can become a marketing director, and then if you choose with your savings to periodically buy rentals, guess what? You're a real estate investor. But to look for a job that specifically says, as a career, real estate investor, the likelihood of you finding a plethora of those is very, very, very small. All right. So don't even trick your mind into thinking that. Okay. Focus on the fact that I'm owning real estate as a way to secure wealth, as a way to protect wealth, and as a way to have passive income. That should be your focus. And then you need to decide if you want to generate income to buy these assets, i.e. real estate, but how are you going to generate the income? Are you going to generate the income by wholesaling? Are you going to generate the income by being someone's marketing director? Are you going to generate the income by working in corporate America? Decide how you're going to generate the income. Because what I have found out though is that I have run into people that this kind of say like, oh, I'm a real estate investor type thing. And I think I said that maybe when I was younger. But you have to do something to generate income. And if you're starting off just as a beginner, and you're saying, hey, I'm a real estate investor, then probably what's going to happen is the very first thing you're going to do is you're probably going to start raising money. And so now, what do you say? Do you say I'm a real estate investor, or do you say I'm a capital raiser? Right? You see what I mean? Don't make it that narrow. And let me know if this makes sense. If not, put it in the comments. I'll try to make it better, or I'll make another video for you guys. But let me know if this is making sense for you, and give me some details of what you need me to actually dig deeper for you guys, so that it really drives home. All right, so I can help you guys the most. With that being said, please give me feedback in the comments. And again, if you're looking for free resources, just go to yourfirst10kwholesaling.com. That's yourfirst10kwholesaling.com. Enter your email there. There are tons of free resources for you. And I will see you on the next video.